Okay, so today I'm drawing stairs using perspective grid. So here's interesting case when we can see how like a perspective grid is only like a tool, is not ultimate tool. It's kind of one of the elements in the process. So like in this situation, like it's kind of two perspective grids. Explain now. Let's see. So here you see we have this, let's say, this square here, this surface. So this surface will have this perspective grid. So it's like x axis here and the z axis here. So this z and x, they apply to this part of stairs. Maybe also this one. Not sure, but this one definitely. And all this part of stairs which is going downwards. So this one, it's same perspective grid, and this one. And the second part of stairs, it's like about this one. So start from here and go in this area and here. So this part is other x and z axis. So they're like totally different. But they all have same y-axis, which is like vanishing point here. Let's double check. Yeah, it's like here vanishing point. So this y-axis shared with these two different perspective grids. So let me show you, for example, again. Yeah, so here's vanishing point for y-axis, and we just draw like this. So, and here, like I'm looking at this one, this part of stairs, right? So it's already suggests two axes for z and two axes for x. So, and it's like have a little convergence. So something like this. So this will be z, and this will be x. And here's this part. It will be something like this. So this is z. and this X. So we have like two perspective grid for one drawing. Let's draw it here. So like when I draw myself, I will always mix kind of all this together. So it's not, no, not always, but sometimes like it's not clear steps. I will mix together composition, sketch, and perspective grids, just to make it more convenient for myself, like to not lost with the grids, you know. So let's say. So this is like a corner here for this wall. What's this? So here will be this like platform here. And I look how this grid will behave. So here it's have, it will be like this. So have little convergence. They come here. And this is second grid. So I draw this grid in this half, and this grid in this upper half. So will be less confusion. Also, it's because they need me just to suggest line directions. If I will need, I can continue, kind of extend them. For this moment, it's more like in general idea of directions. Так, here, this. So if this one it's like X, and this one it's Z. Так. Okay, so and the trick here is, like I said before, it's making like actual drawing simultaneously with the perspective grids, with this perspective structure. So I need to make sure my like a construction of the stairs will match with the perspective, and in a way which will have like a good composition. So because here's like a lot of interesting kind of quality here. It's about composition, about this kind of flow and proportions. So it's like it's look like, you know, this golden cut. What's it called? Forget when this thing like from golden cut. Here is spiral, something like that. Okay, so now I will try to kind of maintain this interesting proportion here. Так. Mhm. and not only make like similar composition. Sometimes I also look and think maybe something I can make more clear or a little change. Okay, again, here we have this z-axis for this side of stairs. And this, so this side all going down here. Так. So let me extend. Just try to make it clear what to. Так. So in here we have this, it's x, and where should see here, and this is z. Yeah, see, it's like this kind of when you need to make sure you not confuse composition lines with grid lines. Так. Because here important is a moment. It's like, for example, this is like axis for x, which is like showing horizontal surface. So it's parallel to ground is horizontal surface. Y is vertical. So stairs going here, it's have angle to ground. It's not parallel, so it's have some angle. So when drawing window here, it will be follow this x axis on the grid while stairs will have angle to this. So you see this platform is parallel to grid, and the stairs is going in the angle here. So this one also corner of the wall. So have like this window here. And the second or next also problematic element here, it's railing on the stairs. So it's also very cool because it's a snake-like shape. So for this, you see, it's all about y-axis and just construction of a railing like this, like, let's say, like forget word. Yes, so again, I need to kind of make sure I maintain correct h all along the way, so because this h will be like shrink, and in the same time I want to maintain this composition of this railing. This one cool here, so keep same cool curvature here, so it will go like this. So it's have like interesting shape here. We have line go in this direction, and then we have curve like a follow in this direction, but make it stronger, dynamic. So here we'll take this point to perspective. Here also have this kind of point. Yeah, this more I draw this, more I see how cool this shape of a railing. So cool. And here interesting too, like I say again, we have this direction of x, so it's parallel to ground. Then this other x, it's for stairs, so this direction of stairs. So this direction of stairs is also kind of its own grid, its own perspective grid, because we can establish this convergence. So let's go and put here. So sometimes, you know, you don't need to be like mathematically precise. Enough is just use this principle of three axis and convergence. So make sure you establish convergence. And so because this railing it's follow angle of the stairs, so it's like you see we have stairs here. So these stairs have its angle, and railing also following this. So it's all x2 direction, right? So here I have this x2, then I draw railing according to this perspective grid for railing. So like issue right now is like I want to make interesting design to make sure it will be this let's say this curvature, then it's going here, then it's breaking point here like this. It's kind of this. So this railing going like this. So, and we each of this breaking point also can put into perspective. So we have already here about 3 perspective grids. Так. This is stairs perspective here. Mm. Also, like we have these platforms, right? Like one platform here, then second platform here, and this like from one platform to second platform, we can also see as a box. So then when we want to find third platform, we use this kind of perspective thing, you know, when we extend this line and we draw this here, so we can find where is third platform, etc. So it's a lot of the small nuances here. So I kind of keep in control also this right angles here for each platform. So here will be, so have 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. So that's why it's kind of this thing is we need to practice all this basic simple perspective techniques. So then we have like complex picture, we will more easy to apply them in this kind of busy scenario. So I was compared to like in the martial arts as like a training and a battle, like a fight. So when you fight, you really like kind of see your level, like in the basic training. It's also give you a feel of reality. So then you come back to training and you know better what do you need to improve and how much you lack of basic skills. Okay, whatever. So it's like now most difficult parts here I establish for myself. Then rest it's not so complex. It's just some more minor details. So like this stairs, just composing each stair. So we have y-axis and we have this axis, we have this axis. So with this one I can draw stairs. Just show you here. Kind of this basic principle. So here, like again, whole point it's have sequence which make you possible to keep whole thing in your head and don't lost control, don't lost kind of overall picture, like where is what. Because when you start to work with details, everything start to go wacky, and to avoid this you need to put some structure before. Different artists will have like different complexity for structure, you know, but also depends on the picture. This picture very complicated, and I put requirements to be precise with composition elements. So I want to make sure this kind of compositional shapes will be like will have this interesting quality. It will not just, like, yeah, you can take photo and you can just draw stairs and you're happy because the stairs look realistic. And so like, yeah, this look realistic, it's look correct, kind of, right? But when you want to make it more than just looking right, you want to capture some awesomeness, you want to capture some exciting kind of vibes which this reference have. It's have this amazing golden cut kind of move. And when you want to do this, when you want to capture this movement, yeah, it's an extra effort. You need to more kind of spend time on this to make sure every line, every curve, everything will be aligned in this movement. Так. And making this kind of process step by step, you make each next step easier. So it's became like easier to do. And because you have more like brain resource, let's say, to work on details, and you don't need to worry about everything together. Так, so here I see, this kind of this thing here. I want to make sure it will be not match exactly with this line. I don't want this out, so I look how can I avoid maybe. Так, so this one here, this. also this kind of lazy way to draw stairs without calculating it too much. I just eyeballing how many stairs will be here, many steps. Because everything in composition, everything important, even this kind of zigzag shape in this corner, or you see this kind of movement here. It's like looks so cool, so interesting shape. So we have this shape here, we have similar movement here, and like when it's everything not random and everything it's in order with each other, this is cool. Так. Again, you see, so make sure I don't have some uncool tangents here. So if this wall go here, then the stairs go here, then this window line go here, and again I don't want tangent here, I don't want this corner. So how to avoid this? I will move stair a little lower here. Так. Okay. So we'll have like this. So even little, but it's important. So it will be not just like this. No, like this, no good. Much better. Так. Like here you see, so this line go here, then this line go here, and this line go here. This way it's much more interesting. This movement itself look like this, look like interesting pattern, look like Half-Life logo, you know. So it's good when we can control every element in a picture, so and make it like, you know, like every element of picture to have a cool design. As this is like, I love it most. So again, it's like thread more. You can see how he convert everything in the patterns. So he have like same this fractal golden cut kind of idea principle. So like whole composition is organized, and each element also following kind of rest of composition. So every element is piece of big puzzle, even like smaller one, even like very, very small element. And it looks like I telling about this. So they have this kind of ornament feeling. So instead of making textures, you convert textures into patterns. So like artist, it's he's a translator. Artist, he translates like some actual world around into visual language, right? And так, here again. And in this visual language, everything is just about lines and shapes. So textures for me, like if we're talking about visual language, for me texture, it's much weaker thing than pattern. Like so instead of making um, textures, you convert texture into pattern. So now like everything is represented in this composition abstract form. It's became like really like a mosaic, like this. Like it looks like sacred. Like I don't know, like natural or divine images, you know, because they're so perfect and they're organized, but it's so complex, so you cannot actually catch principle artist use to organize his work. And this is kind of make it mesmerizing. You just mind blown by it. You just staring, you feeling all this flow. Like you when you watching waves on the water, like you go to embankment and you watch waves, you see is there is some kind of um, system kind of, right? But it's so hard to find to really describe it, discern, because like one wave go to bounce from other wave, then they're bouncing each other. Like you try to squint, you try to find all this like kind of principle. It's really hard. So, but also it's very mesmerizing and interesting kind of phenomenon. So again here. And me, usually I'm doing these composition things while listen music. So I want to kind of shut off my brain, like my thinking process, so I will not think about something. I will just zone out. So look again, it's so cool. Here we have this pillar for railing. We have this second pillar, right? And then we have this step going here and this step going here. So we have here, we have this abstract composition. So this shape here. You see this shape. Then we have this triangle. We have this triangle kind of here. So try to organize every element this way. So this kind of was interesting. and it feels like impossible to do. So every time when I manage to make something like this, to find interesting kind of this, like some interesting shape, feel like find some treasure. So here I have this one, but seems I can't avoid. It's just I cannot fix this. So here will be like this, but still it's interesting. It's interesting enough here. Так. So same here, you see, like I was telling about railing. So railing go like this, and I want to make sure, like you see, we have this kind of corner here, we have this kind of corner here. So I break in composition to smaller, like I break in composition to big shapes, then I break it to smaller shapes, and you go as small and detailed as possible to make sure everything it's like a piece, just smaller piece of composition, like, and in the smallest piece it will be like a element of pattern. So this is what I mean. Look again, thread more. I will write thread more. And Andrei Surnov. It's just amazing. It's crazy. And Andrei, I hope Andrei. Anyway, like Surnov, second name. Surnov. He makes so crazy stuff. So, and you can see how he making these patterns. Oh. Так. And same here, we have like these stairs, right? You see, each stair will have like this little protrusion, right? So again, I need to make sure this protrusion will improve my composition. So I kind of insert it inside what I already have done. So just make it more complex. And this kind of protrusion, it's make this movement more sophisticated and more rich. So you see, this kind of this ukiyo, like Japanese paintings, like hokusai wave in mountain Fuji. So look, this is just amazing. So we have this corner movement go here, right? And this like opposite go movement here. So we have now this like S curve here. And inside this F curve, we also have this corner. So it's like if I just take this part here, it's look cool without rest of a drawing, but it's only part of drawing. So this kind of what I want to explain is how I see what is mean good good art, kind of like when you in this art it will be organized everything. So I try to kind of get there. So like when we have, when people like amateurs or beginners like trying to understand like why this art is great or good or real. Like they watch Van Gogh, Rembrandt, whatever. They watch all these great masters, and everybody have this kind of wacky explanations about quality of their work. It's funny because they always talking about wrong stuff. They're always talking about uh, like how he like make this detail or that detail, and like they talking about like quality work itself as something he accidentally get because he have a talent. So no, at least I often see this kind of way of talking about art. So they will say like, okay, there he do this, he think about that, uh, but for no reason, for some magic kind of reason, work is so striking kind of and have a make impact kind of on people. When impact is kind of algorithm which you like you're programming this impact, you're making this impact by organizing all this thing. It's same like if some guy like training boxing for 20 years, then he beat somebody like who attacked him in the street, and people say like, oh, he's so lucky. It's, uh, like he's so lucky he can beat some kind of he can win in a fight with some uh, like random tag when this guy's like not lucky he spent like 20 years for training. So it's for like exactly these things, to beat in some, to be able to beat some kind of meatbags. Так. And here, like, we're working on how to build impact. We want to make impact. This is our goal. Nobody needs all this another drawing. Nobody needs to see how good artist you are. Everybody craving kind of for emotions. I want to be moved, I want this kind of rock and roll experience. And we're training ourselves, we're looking for a keys how to do this thing. And when you're able to do this eventually, like finally, you can make something cool. Like you will have review, like people will say like, wow, it's so talented, you're so gifted, and it's kind of amazing accidental result you have. Okay, so let me share this. And some art, I hear some, it's Hemingway say like, don't tell people that you learn to make this to be like great stuff. Make them believe that you are talented. Yeah, hello, Punit. So like I'm here complaining, but Hemingway, he would say like should like directly joking about this, just trolling people. So like yeah. Like I have no idea how I can draw a so happy and accidental kind. Yeah, you can write me in here in a live chat. Like I will see if I can answer sometime. Like before, I was try to answer a question and I completely lost because it was too hard. So I will see if something I cannot answer right now. Maybe I will answer later. Cool. It's self chat. Okay. Так. So here it's interesting. You see again, like this kind of elements are also thinking. And again, example, right? So we have these lines going to vanishing point, y vanishing point. And we have this array of lines. Then when I do this line here, it's more interesting if I make it between these two lines. So you see, like now it's like lucky accident kind of here is good. Then here, so I need to see how to make it together with the stair and also with this one. So I don't want it to go directly with match with this line. So better I will do it maybe like from here. See? So again, this kind of nuances, they all the time, you need to control this. Maybe like, no, from beginning, if you're a beginner, you don't need to stress so much, but more you draw, more you interested in managing more and more elements. Because like again, I make myself forget for a moment what I'm looking at. what if this is just interesting abstraction? This here is just interesting abstraction. So we have these waves, then we have these angles, these shapes, and I'm working on them. I'm making design of these shapes. So like, you know, having this kind of like two brains, like one brain all the time think about what it is, like it's a stairs, it's steps, window, all stuff. And second part of brain thinking about pure abstraction, just make it interesting abstract composition. So here also a funny kind of thing. It's this grid, like I say, for this part here, for this part of stair, this grid for this part of stair, and between them we have this transitional step. So it's like step, step, then one like transitional step, like this, and then second grid. So one grid, transitional step, other grid. So we can see this one here and this one here. It's like this step in between these grids. So in here for each step I will follow this parallel to ground direction. Так. And here we have this direction. Wait a second. Let's this. So if somebody already watched Treadmoor and Andrei Surnov right now, you can share what do you think about them in chat. No, interesting your opinion, because maybe we have different tastes. And it's like Treadmoor, like if talking about comic book, I think he like little too much, little overwhelming. But I still like use him for myself as a example of this kind of artistic approach, this like artist thinking when you have this vision. And yeah, his comic book New World, it's perfect. It's like so great, like composition, so clever. This kind of application of all these designing principles. Okay, so I think just draw line art now. Yeah, so and now like after all this drawing lines now with ink, it's just so fun. So like it's like amazing. Like and I will listen some music, some Manavar or Prodigy, whatever, in the mood, and you just like completely in the zone drawing this stuff. We'll erase this already known it. Thank you for likes. So now checking this part again. So like I leave it for this moment to review again to make sure here is correct. Yeah, so a better project all stairs. So I'll have same 5-step here. This corner go here. So here's like very precise, very precise part here. Surgical, very small elements. So then, so I have this, like I told before, right, is intermediate stair. So this is one perspective grid, second perspective, and this in between. So I just copy direction of it. So it's also making this kind of move. Так. So this kind of idea of grids, it's to see these connections between lines, connection with direction. So this railing, then this break here. And here this corner, it's here. So see, so because go to vanishing point y, so this and here it's intersect with this, so have this direction, this direction, this direction, this direction, and so from this corner I intersect here, it's intersect here, so have this edge, and again here I find this corner, and now I find this direction for this lower stair, then we have this corner here. So need little focus to not confuse here. Here I can project this stairs. It's not very visible, but it comes as so railing, yeah. Keep a railing. So here's like kind of this repetition, railing, stair, railing, stair, railing, stair. It's kind of, it's became more and more narrow here, more small, but still I can define it, you know. So it's like will be like more abstract on each smaller stage. It will become just more abstract. And here is this kind of thing what I was talking. It's about if there is this element exists, if this element is presented here, and you choose to show this element, so make sure you show it and it's readable. So if I want to show railing this edge of steps here, and I want to show it 3 times, I need to make sure it will be readable. So have this railing here, this railing here, and I will make railing number 3 here. So there will be like this transition. So in this stairs corner, in this line, 1, 2, 3, and this 1, 2, 3. And check. So this direction here. This direction. So it will be this direction. It's like a sniper surgical movements here. So I hold in my breath each time, make sure it's not shaking. Because like naturally my hand is shaking all the time. So like I get accustomed to hold breath to stop shaking. Or like make fast move between shakes. There also this famous artist Matthias Adolfsson, and when I see this, I think his domestic course on sketching, and can see his hands also shaking a lot. So then when people ask me like how can I draw on a bus or in a car, it's like my hands already shaking like crazy, so no big difference. Так. Okay, I still have space to make one more section here. So now again, you see what I will do. I look for this block, for this rectangle, like I show here, right? So I see like first rectangle, second rectangle, and I can look for third rectangle. So I extend this line, I find middle point, and just like, okay, so here we have one more platform here. Again, so I repeat this direction. I repeat this direction. And not only direction, but I also look for curvature. So if it's go here, then it's go here, then it's go here. So have like a little convergence, like little but convergence here. Same with this one. This little convergence here in this stairs direction. But here I make it wrong. Okay. So it's here 1, 2, 3, and I still have one more space for this one. And again, we can place railings here. Some kind of this. So now I see what I talked before. Here I'm more like looking, it became something like a pattern. It's like less and less reminds stairs. It start to be super abstract. And me, I don't need to try to make it look like stairs. I need to make sure it have cool design. So I want to arrange these lines. They will look interesting. And this kind of important and kind of important thing to understand, because like in the process of drawing, we should to divide this way. We need to say sometimes we draw like realistic things, sometimes we draw three-dimensional, sometimes we draw complete abstraction. And then afterwards, when we look on all picture together, we will see how it works. We will see how our brain will kind of translate this abstraction in the stairs. It's like when you draw in crowd, if you draw like somebody face here, like in front, and then some second guy, and then some other heads. Maybe somebody jumping here from crowd. Somebody like, hey, I'm here. So it's no more heads here, it's just this kind of shapes. It's a pattern. It's a bunch of bumps. But our brain like interpret this into heads. I also explained this in a tutorial about drawing nature. You can find this video on the channel. Your paper start to broke. Paper not so good quality. Okay, so that's it. I hope it was useful. Write me comments, feedback, like if it was useful. I will also later put some shading and post in my Instagram like version with grace, with great shading, so you can check out my Instagram. Maybe make it a little thicker here. So watch my other tutorials. Also check out my Gumroad. I have recently new perspective course there. Where I just put together a lot of stuff and in very simple explanation without unnecessary things. Okay, see you.